Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon. We'll let everyone start trickling in, and then we'll start in just a couple of minutes. Hello, hello. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll just get started. Hi, everyone. My name is Kenny Allard. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the Assistant Director for Orientation and Student Onboarding here at Bentley. I've been here since November, and it's been such an awesome experience, and we are so excited to welcome all our new students and their families onto campus in just a few short weeks. So today, this session is getting to know the orientation student coordinators. The student coordinators help us plan or the orientation experience for all the new students and our orientation leaders here on campus. So it's very exciting and an awesome time to be a student at Bentley. So this is a session where the families are able to ask the student coordinators questions on the orientation experience, the student experience, and anything of that nature. We do want to ask that if you have questions about different offices on campus, about like housing or move-in or financial aid, we do have a new Falcon question form. So I would ask that you all use that feature to get those questions answered. This is really just about the student experience. So to kick us off, we're going to have our student coordinators introduce themselves, and then they'll tell you a little bit about their specific role and what they do and what they're involved in. And then we'll head into questions. So we will have Kyle go first.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kyle. I am one of four student coordinators. My specific goal and area is team training and development. Just a little bit about me first. I use he, him pronouns. I am from Pelham, New Hampshire. I'm majoring in finance while doing a concentration in financial planning with a minor in computer information systems, which is basically just like computer science here. And I'm involved with the gaming organization on campus, as well as the outdoors club, otherwise known as Bear, and of course, orientation. So for me, my job mainly is to work close with the team itself, make sure, so it's such a large team that we want to try and break it down and make sure everyone feels connected, very welcomed on the team. So I work very close with the orientation leaders themselves, just to try and ensure that what they're getting is what they want. And it's not like a very stressful thing. I try to just make sure people are engaged with one another. And yeah, I help plan events for the team as well, just like other little icebreaker things to make sure, like I've been saying, people are connected. You can.
All right. Hey guys. So my name is Gamper. I use he, him pronouns. I'm from Dover, New Hampshire. My major is computer information systems. My minor is marketing. And some of my involvements on campus are men's volleyball. I'm in an academic business fraternity called Alpha Kappa Psi. I also obviously do orientation and I do service learning here as well. So my specific role is I'm one of two in the marketing and communications realm. I mainly focus on social media and how I can get the team engaged with like the Instagram or like campus groups, but that's more of Ariana's realm. And yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Simili. I use she, her pronouns. I am from Cohasset, Massachusetts. I am the third student coordinator. My major here at Bentley is more management with a concentration in supply chain, and I'm hoping to get a law minor. My campus involvements are orientation, off the clock and a cappella group, which I am president of this year, campus activities board, which posts large scale events around campus all year long, and I'm also a first generation student. My main role in orientation is to focus more on the programming that the new students will be participating in. So I am in charge of kind of that planning and also planning some evening activities so that students can kind of mingle amongst each other and meet new people outside of their orientation groups.
And then, hi, I'm Ariana. I use she, her pronouns. I'm also in the marketing and communication side for orientation. I work specifically more with kind of like the new students and working with campus groups and trying to get like information out on the Instagram with like Baby Falcon Fridays is something that we do, which is just like on campus offices do like an Instagram takeover just to kind of give more resources and informations to new students. So that's kind of my side of the student coordinator role. I use she, her pronouns. I'm from Natick, Massachusetts. I'm double majoring in marketing and sustainability, and I have 2 majors, one in management and one in business administration. On campus, I am part of orientation. I'm in a sorority Gamma Phi Beta here, and I'm on the Greek Activities Council, along with Service Learning, which is just the Bentley Service Learning and Civic Engagement Center, also known as the BSLCE. But yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Awesome. So now is your moment to ask our wonderful student coordinators any questions that you may have. There's a Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. So definitely use that feature and ask the questions that you have. Before we go into questions, we're just going to go over our schedule at a glance. Maybe some questions will pop up from that. For folks that are moving in on Thursday, August 29th, there'll be a vendor fair. We'll have a commuter student meeting. There'll be a first Falcon lunch for first generation students and their families. Our signature Falcon walk that leads to our convocation to welcoming in our first year students to Bentley. There'll be transfer and exchange student meetings. You'll hear from your RAs, your resident assistants, and then there'll be a really fun block party at night to just build community and start meeting folks. On that Friday, there'll be importance of belonging at Bentley. We'll hear more from our equity team and inclusion. There'll be a keynote from Ken and Wadake Jr. You will meet your Falcon Discovery Seminar peer leaders, learn more about the academics, have a resource fair, a scavenger hunt. You'll hear more from our accessibility services team, and then we will have a really fun activity at night with inflatables on Friday night and pickup basketball, and just learning how to be a really supportive fan here at Bentley. Saturday, we have community connections, so you'll hear from our equity at Bentley in Title IX. We'll have a really fabulous presentation about from the Bridge Project. You'll meet our different community meetups, which is different campus partners on campus and different services that you can utilize. There'll be a campus tour. And then lowering our shields is a moment to talk about belonging. And then there'll be a really fun activity at night called Falcons After Dark in our student center. And then Sunday is our last day of the program. We'll open it with our signature keynote from Ed Garrity. There'll be some small group meetings with your FDS Falcon Discovery Seminar peer leaders. And then we'll do some rotations. So Conduct and Care, Bentley Plus, hearing from a panel of Bentley students. And then there'll be a closing meeting with your OL, and then there'll be our student programming and engagement. We'll host a bingo for folks. So this is at a glance. There's a lot more happening during these 4 days, but just a really quick overview. So I can leave that up for folks. And now let's look at the questions. All right, so there's a question in here for one of the Sukos. Where will you all be located during orientation?
So during orientation, we're gonna be like for student coordinators, we're gonna be kind of floating around to help out our orientation leaders. So each orientation leader has their own group of new students. And they have like a specific schedule of what classrooms they'll be going to, where their meeting spots are. So they'll always be in contact directly with their orientation leader. And then the student coordinator. So our role specifically is we're kind of floating around. We're kind of getting like tasks done, making sure everything, like all materials and everything's ready to go, but also providing support if needed. So we can always jump into a group. We can kind of be moving around. We're kind of like a resource. We don't have specific groups of students ourselves. So we don't have a group of incoming students like an orientation leader does, with that, so that we can float around and kind of be wherever we need to be. So yeah, we'll kind of be floating around and making sure like questions are answered, or like helping students if we see anyone trying to find their grouper, etc. Anyone want to add?
Awesome, thank you. Samelia, I have one for you. So what do you mean when we say programming for students?
Yes. So in terms of programming, this schedule helps you kind of understand it a bit more. So like the block party that we're going to have that first day on move-in day is kind of what I've been planning and programming for students. Kind of like that's an opportunity that people will get after their first day. Like moving in is very stressful. You get to meet these new group of people, which is your orientation group. And then it's like a block party to get to know people who are in your year, or kind of other people who are also new to the campus, because we also have transfer and exchange students that will be coming during this time period. So it's just a chance to get to know like more people that are also feeling the same thing that you are, which is a new experience. College is very different. It's scary. So it's just a opportunity to kind of mingle and have that experience with other people. And also like the Falcons After Dark, that's a Bentley tradition that we have, which is just glow in the dark mini golf. It's just a bunch of like little games to also like do with a roommate or just meet new people. And like, so that when school starts, you're ready to be a college student and you have some familiar faces around on campus, if that kind of makes sense.
Mhm. Awesome. How will orientation groups be organized? Do one of you want to take that? Do you want me to take that?
I can take it and just give a brief explanation. So the way orientation groups are organized is every orientation leader will receive a group of baby Falcons. I believe it's like 20 to 25. And with that, they are in charge of them for the 4 days of orientation, and they lead them through like the different events that are going on. They'll send out reminders of what they need to be doing, things if they need to fill out any forms or catch up on anything that like may not have already been done. And those groups also will stay together for the whole semester with the FDS, the Falcon Discovery Seminar. It's like our first year class, just kind of introducing the students on what like a Bentley class may look like and different things like how to set up your email, how to develop good study habits and stuff like that. So those groups work very closely together with each other throughout the whole year. People tend to develop friends early on with them since you're taking a class with them and you kind of are forced to get to know them through all the different things that go on during orientation and post-orientation. But yeah, so the way the groups work, like I said at the beginning, it's just divided amongst one orientation leader and one peer leader as well, and about 20 to 25 students, depending on how big the incoming class is.
Awesome, thank you. There's a question in here about what are the dining options for August 29th through September 2nd. So I can take this one. So during this time, all meals are covered, so you don't have to worry about that. Built in your schedule, there's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then at night during our evening programming, the fun events, there will also be some food options as well. So no need to worry about that. Your meal plan won't start until the Monday the 3rd. So everything is covered August 29th through September 2nd. There's a question in here. How do you get involved in a sorority?
I can take that one. So basically, at Bentley's campus, Greek life isn't super huge. It's not a big percent. I believe the percentage is still like 20% of students are involved in Greek life. So we have 4 sororities and 8 fraternities here on campus. And we have an activities fair. I believe it's going to be September 6th this year. It's usually like that first Friday. And that's kind of a really good opportunity where you can go and just kind of get to know like the different Greek life orgs and see kind of learn about their philanthropies and kind of what events they hold on campus. But freshmen or incoming students can't rush until they have a semester GPA. So if you're a freshman coming to Bentley, you can't rush until your your spring semester because you need that GPA. If you are a transfer student, you are eligible to rush. So in the fall, we hold like a COB. It's like a continuous open bidding. It basically just means like upperclassmen and transfers are eligible to rush, and it's like more of a smaller process. And then we hold like a formal spring rush in the spring semester. But definitely I would say like follow the stories on Instagram too. You can always reach out with questions. Like a lot of people on the orientation team are involved in Greek life as well, so we can always connect you, answer any questions you may have. But yeah, it's just a way to meet more people on this campus, and kind of make like the communities feel like a little bit more like smaller, just kind of coming to Bentley at first. So definitely feel free to chat, reach out to us more, and we can always talk about it. But go to the activities fair is what I would say.
Awesome, thank you. There's a question here about moving in on the 27th, and then do you have an idea of the activities for that day? So I'm assuming you'll be moving in with one of our early arrival programs. So they're the ones that are in charge of the programming / activities for that day. So you should be hearing from them soon about what's happening. That is not through orientation and student onboarding. That is with that specific department. And then on top of that, there was another question about will meals be provided for students moving in prior to the 29th? So assuming you are also with an early arrival program, meals will be provided. All right, let's see. When is Back to Bentley in Summerfest? Is that the same weekend as homecoming?
I can answer this. I know Back to Bentley has been a tradition that our campus activities board usually hosts, but I know this year that is not happening as a concert. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're kind of in the works. But in terms of that, I know that that will not be happening this year. And the Summerfest, I don't recall us having a Summerfest. I know we have a Winterfest. That's more of like right in the beginning of spring semester, like a little get together for the whole entire school. And I'm pretty sure usually the Back to Bentley, when it happened, it was that first weekend back of classes. So I don't believe it is the same as the homecoming weekend anymore.
Yeah, no, there will be definitely some programming happening for Back to Bentley that week. I know the concert's not happening, but there'll be some other programming that the campus activities board will be hosting. And then Falcon weekend is happening at the end of September. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. And then if students have practices for their teams, will practices be before the activities? What time are the events you just mentioned? We have heard from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So your coaches will know more about this, and we've worked with them to be able to provide like an opportunity for you all to be at practices and orientation. So they'll give you a better answer on how to navigate the two areas. Any other questions? We're really looking forward to having you all here. Last week we hosted a live chat, which you can find on our YouTube channel about getting started at Bentley. So definitely take a look at that live chat if you haven't heard from our Res Center, our folks from Alumni Engagement, and other wonderful offices. So if you haven't seen that, visit our YouTube channel. I'll give it 30 more seconds if there are no more questions, but we are really, really looking forward to seeing you all at Bentley in a few short weeks. It's coming up really, really fast. All right, I guess not. Thank you all so much. We'll post this video as well to our YouTube channel. And yeah, see you all so soon. I'll stop sharing my screen, but All right, bye everyone.